Men, be honest, what would you be more excited about, okay? A date night with a beautiful, amazing woman. Or a night out with the boys. And I mean a historical night out with the boys.
Night out with the boys. Was this even a question? You made the question even worse when you said historical. History is going to be made on top of hanging out with the boys? Our names will be engraved in history forever. Like, do you understand the question you just asked? Do you understand what is about to go down? Stories that could go on for generations. Possibilities are endless. And you're telling me the entire group chat is gonna be out there? Oh yeah, it's over with. Like, I don't even remember the first option. Like, I'm just imagining the things we could do. The possibilities and the endless memories that we could pass down to our children. Oh man, this my boys, man. Send this to your boys and see what they say. Y'all stay safe, man. Order out.
Man, it seems like the more you work on your body, your mind, your spirit right, and your money right, the less you really care about women, the less serious you take them. And I'm not speaking from a standpoint of, you know what I'm saying, women not to be taken serious or women are second class stuff. I'm speaking from a standpoint of, like, when you got so much going on and you're getting your credit right, you're getting your bag right, your mind right, your body right, it's like you don't really take nothing a woman do serious. You don't take nothing they do or say serious. Because most women look at life as most women from a feeling standpoint, which they are led by most of the time, they look at life as like a fairy tale or something. Because I'm gonna give you an example. Any woman in your phone right now that you dating or courting or talking to, whatever you want to call it, if y'all get into it and she be like, I'm done with you, and then you ain't heard from her all day, but if you text her later on that night and say, I'm sorry, let's go talk about it over dinner, and you show her the restaurant you booked it at, you know what she gonna do? She gonna get ready. She gonna pull up to dinner. She gonna get drunk probably. She gonna drink with you, drink a couple lemon drops, and by the end of the night, bro, she gonna be right back loving you, bro. You gotta understand, with women, it ain't nothing but a feeling, bro. It ain't nothing but a feeling. So if you waking up every day taking women serious and taking what they say serious, bro, you fragile as a man, bro. They say off of their feelings, bro. A woman can hate you today and love you tomorrow, bro. You know what I'm saying? They are led by their emotions and their feelings, bro. So the more you get your money right, the more you get your bag right, the more you get your mind right, your mental right, your spirit right, the less you take them serious, bro. They all led by emotion, bro. No woman is solid. Men are made to be solid. You know what I'm saying? And this is not no slight to women. This is not me talking negative about women. I'm just speaking from a standpoint of being a man who ain't got no money, that's always been in my feelings, and then a guy that got some money before and realized, damn, why have I been taking women seriously all this time when, you know, they really not meant to be really taken too seriously for real, unless she's your wife. I'm gonna draw the line right there.
It's one superpower that men have that women can never attain. They can never have this. I don't care how much money you make. I don't care what kind of house you have, what kind of vehicle you have, how big or how small, how much money you get, how much money you don't have. For a man, one superpower is that men know how to do one thing that women can never do. And this isn't sexist or anything, and don't get me wrong. When you have your mind and you zero it out, like I'm sitting here, everything that is and every worry that there is can happen after I start driving again. But for right here, right now, just these few minutes, it might sound like chatter and ruckus behind me, but I zero my mind out and don't think about nothing. So where's the wisdom and patience if you can't do that? Stop thinking. Who said you had to think that? Matter of fact, who told you were naked? Nobody told Adam he was naked until after the fall.
That's true.
Who told you were naked? Who told you you had to be in a rush? Who told you you had to think that? Stop. But I had to think, I got to do, I just got to do this one more thing. But you dead. The funeral is right now. You late. I'm coming. I'm getting that car. Zero. Can you zero your mind out and not think about everything else and like bills and no, this is late and that's late and this is going on. Oh my God, I'm late. I got to do this. Stop. Find peace in nothingness. Zero your mind out. That's where God finds us and connects to us. And that's where he can say, all right, fine. Now that you're not thinking, here, let me motivate you and show you something. But you make yourself too busy. You make other things into a God. That's where you fail. That's where failure begins. So that's why I like to zero it out once in a while. That's what this is, just zeroing it out.
Okay, sugar baby. Okay, sugar baby.
Can you zero your mind out long enough not to think so you can hear? Can you do that? A lot of people can't do that. But a lot of people that fish can, but you gotta stop thinking so hard. I judge a person by the action of the work. I know a person by the actions of their works. You know, I can tell their spirit because of their nature. That's why you know Holy Spirit, Lord and Father, you know them by their attributes. You can tell them by their voice. A flock knows the shepherd by his voice. Don't you know your shepherd by his voice?
That's true.
He's good. I know the devil by his voice too. The action of his nature is what? Contrary to what God is. So the devil can never be God. Why? For one thing. Do you know?
As soon as I found out about it, I terminated both of them immediately. One of the things I've gotten so much criticism of online was when I publicly shared a TikTok about firing somebody because I found out that she was cheating on her significant other, and the other person also had a significant other. And as soon as I found out about it, I terminated both of them immediately.
Wait, someone was cheating with someone in the company?
Yeah.
Oh, and they both had partners?
Both had partners outside of the company. As soon as I caught wind of it, it wasn't even like a split second decision. I can't have this in my environment, especially somebody close around me. People trust me and should trust any leader to help them make their success easy.
One would say that's none of your business what they're doing when they go home.
Not to get into specifics of the particular event, but it happened to be around work.
But if it wasn't at work, you still wouldn't.
Even if it was, I would fire the person immediately.
So you'd fire someone for cheating?
If they're going to cheat on the person that they're supposed to spend the rest of their life with, do you think that they're cheating on their work? That person is a liability to the environment.
People have things in their personal life which are very different to the way that they show up professionally, though. People do all kinds of things in their personal life.
It's terrifying.
I don't consider that to be my business.
Oh, it's absolutely my business. If somebody has a problem in their personal life, they're the same person that shows up to work.
Listen, the way that I see it is if I expand the scope of my concerns, I'm going to get nothing done. I don't want to be the government of your personal situations as well. As long as it doesn't show up in the office.
I can't bifurcate and put in two separate buckets what somebody is doing at home and think that what they're doing at home and the confusion and the distraction isn't going to bleed over into our environment. And I would be willing to bet, and curious on your perspective of this, those people that you found out where there are different situations and different problems in their personal life, they actually do show up in their work.
Well, I see what he's talking about, but I think what she's getting at, the point she's getting at is, listen, this is a specific thing. This is a specific type of behavior. And I don't want that type of behavior around my facility. Number one. Number two, y'all messing around at work. Who's to say that one of your significant others don't find out and then they make a trip up here with a few of their friends, and none of their friends care about how you feel? Neither do they. Is that the type of environment you want to cultivate? Probably not. And so I do see where she's coming from right there. So, you just be careful out there. Don't get sloppy. I understand, but you just got to be careful out there at some point in time.
Y'all, how angry do you think my husband's gonna be when he finds out that I need him to change the way he did this? So I just noticed that, you see the way these are spaced apart right here? Well, these are closer. I don't know why he bought this one that has the closer, I don't know. railing pieces, but I wanted it all to look like this. I don't know. He's done 5 so far. There's the rest of them down there. He can take those back, I guess, but I don't know how hard it is gonna be. Just take the screws out of there and replace it.
I think the part that husband is going to have the biggest problem with is actually hearing from her that he did it the wrong way. Because I'm telling you right now, I don't know anything about construction, but looking at where those bars are placed, it kind of looks like they would be placed closer together at the bottom in order to protect animals and probably small children from falling through. I don't know. You guys tell me if I'm way off base, but the fact is that she hasn't gone and talked to her husband about that. It's only about the look of it, and it's not about the actual use of it. Based on that, she has decided that it has been done wrong and is going to need to be fixed. I don't think he's going to like it.
A good woman is hard to find, right? Funny, because if you ask any woman if she's a good woman, she'll say yes. So somebody's lying. Somebody's not telling the truth. Either the men can't recognize a good woman if she slapped them in the face, or a whole lot of women are lying to themselves about who they really are. Now let's be real. A good woman is not about being cute. It's not about having your own money. It's not about not cheating. That's basic. That's standard. A good woman brings peace, not drama. She respects her man in public and in private. She can take accountability without turning it into a 3-hour argument. She knows how to disagree without the disrespect. She pours into her man without keeping score. But here's the problem. Most people judge themselves by their intentions, while everybody else judges them based on their actions. So a woman might think she's a good woman because she means well, but if her actions are prideful, selfish, and defensive, guess what? That's not good. Good women aren't rare because they don't exist. They're rare because most women stop doing the work to become one, but they still claim the title anyway.
When a man decides to reset his life, the first thing that he does is not about jumping into the gym. It's not about changing how he looks at all. He restricts access to himself. He becomes more selective with who gets access to him, who gets access to his energy, who can reach him, who gets access to him emotionally. He starts to pull back from people that literally drain him. He will stop explaining himself. He will stop entertaining chaos. He stops giving unlimited access to people that add pressure to his life instead of peace. He restructures his circle, his priorities, and his schedule. Let me be clear. This is not because he's cold-hearted. No, he is focused now. Now, we all know that men are emotionally intelligent. They don't cut people off because they're angry. They cut people off because they are done bleeding out in places that cannot heal him. When a man is in his reset season, it is all about him guarding his peace. We all know when a man is protecting his peace, everything in his life is about to blow up.
Why is it that we as black women feel comfortable checking black men, but the moment a black man checks us, we call it misogyny, control, or toxic? Don't scroll. Let's talk about it. Why does it seem like accountability only applies when we're the one giving it? We criticize black men, drag them online every day, talk about how they lead, talk about what they do, what they don't do. But the moment a black man says, sis, you out of line, or start calling you out on your bad attitude, all of a sudden he's bashing women. We can dish it, but we can't take it. Call a man weak for not being a leader, but then when he does lead, you say he's being controlling. Which one is it? If we want growth and healing from our men, we have to be able to look in the mirror and check ourselves first. Because checking somebody, that's not hate, that's love. And if we can't be corrected without getting offended, maybe the problem isn't the message. Maybe it's our pride.
This is why you listen to the people who tell you to date the man who maybe is a little dorky and likes you a little bit more than you like him. My grandmother gave me this advice when I first met Davis, and I was not vibing with it. Davis was like too nice, he liked my family too much, wanted to hang out too often, and I was like, as if you're not cool enough. And so I broke up with him despite her advice. And 6 months later, he like kind of came back into my life, just a funny situation at homecoming, and I like instantly had a mindset shift that happened so quickly where I was like, wow, you're so dumb. Like, you're gonna date the guy who like pretty much wants nothing to do with you and probably be begging him to treat you well your entire life. Lo and behold, we're married now. I'm on the phone with the same grandmother, and we're chit-chatting about houses and babies and her life, and just give me all the advice. She goes, one second, I got a package at the door. And she goes, oh my goodness, it's from Davis. She opens it up. It's a whole box. I didn't even know he did this. It's a whole box of weights and like a rack for her weights and like bands and stuff.
Justice for Davis. Get out, my brother. Get out. She's putting you through a humiliation ritual. You look in those eyes, I want you to really look in those eyes for one moment. You might see a sweetheart. I look in those eyes, I see a woman that cares only about herself. She's not the one that liked you, Davis. Her grandmother liked you. Her grandmother just essentially just convinced her to like you, Davis, but she never liked you, Davis. She still doesn't really like you, Davis, because she did, she never would have posted this, Davis, online. Because just think about it, Davis. Now you got to deal with the heat of everyone telling you this is the biggest red flag that you cannot ignore, but you're going to ignore because you're already married to her. Start moving that money over. Start talking to some lawyers, my brother, because you need to just gear yourself. Because I'm telling you, Davis, she is not the one, Davis. Don't put yourself through this. It's so unfortunate. I feel bad for you, man, but gentlemen, avoid women like this. This is fatality. You know, you think about a woman as a representation of a man, and think about how this woman now represents her man to the entire world. Justice for Davis. Trust my baddies only, gentlemen.
Stay at Home Dad Chronicles.
Some of you may or may not know that I met my wife through Tinder, but what you definitely don't know is that I had the most douchiest McDoucherton profile you have ever laid your eyes upon. Ladies, you can say you've seen worse all you want. No, you haven't. Now, I don't remember my bio word for word, but I can give you an idea. I said something along the lines of, I'm gifted with the pipe. If you're not going to throw some neck on me, go ahead and swipe left. I'm pretty sure I said if you don't give neck at all, you should probably grow up. You know, I'm making myself sick talking about it. You get the idea. Now, in my profile picture, I was wearing a polo shirt with some red distressed jeans crouching down next to a pit bull. I may or may not have had a cigarette in my mouth, but I'm leaning more towards yes. Now, I'm about 95% sure that she matched with me as a joke. I mean, you know, come on. But I think I surprised her that when I actually ran game, I talked like I was normal. I had been on a bit of a dry streak, so I was really trying not to f this up. I had talked to her for 2 days, and I was really trying to get her to come over. But she was being really cautious about it, and I couldn't blame her. So on the third night, at the end of the night, she was giving me the usual, oh, I gotta get up for work, and yada, yada, yada. And something came over me. And I did not do this to women that I don't know. But I really wanted her to come over that night, so I threw a Hail Mary. I went to the bathroom, pulled out my meat, draped that John over the sink, and took a picture. My thumb hovered over that send button for about 2 whole minutes. Then I said, punched it, threw my phone on the bed, and went outside to have a cigarette. When I came back, I looked at my phone expecting the worst. Instead, there was a message saying, what's your address? And that was my last night alone. Now, this is just my story. I don't recommend anybody do this.
And I really like what she was talking about a couple of minutes ago about a man being in his reset season. What you have to understand is when a man cuts you off, it's a business decision. At that point in time, he's taking stock of his life. He's taking stock of your life. He's taking stock of your relationship, your friends that you've been hanging around. He's taking just about every inch. Honestly and truly, maybe not every inch, because men don't have time to think about that. But the things, the major things, the important things, the building blocks of how a relationship is supposed to be. And he said to himself, these are not working. These are not working. She's doing something, and you know, she keeps on violating. It'd be one thing if you are violating like small things, but you're violating huge things over and over again. And I can't have that. So you're about to get cut off. I've warned you. I've talked to you nicely. I've been frustrated with you. And you continue to do the same thing over and over again. We're not going to keep going around and around in circles. You're about to get blocked.
Dollar situations, we done the money, and They looking for a hand and a help and a handout.
We talked about an environment for safety. Like, you gotta feel safe in order to be feminine. We talked about, that's what she said. You know, I gotta have a safe environment. You gotta put me in this safe environment, this safe space. I don't know about y'all, I'm from the hood. My mama submitted in the projects. The circumstances wasn't good. The car wasn't running right. Was up, but she knew her place as a woman, and that was to let her man be a man. And he wasn't the best man, because money don't make you a man. A big don't make you a man.
Facts.
It's being willing to make them sacrifices when they're not favorable.
Facts.
You know, I hear a lot of women talk about these safe spaces, but they don't create safe spaces for us. They don't know I'm going bald now for many nights staying up trying to figure it out. We got $10,000 worth of bills a month, and I ain't going to bother you with them. I ain't going to wait. So we got to get out of this whole safe space. It has to be created for you to be a feminine woman, because you're born that. Women act like women no matter what environment they grow up in.
Man, this is the Nothing But the Truth live podcast.
Make the babies. And since a man can't make one, he has no right to tell a woman when and where to.
Alright, touche. We can do it that way. But using that logic, I have made a list of my own, and I would like to share that. Coming in at number 1, we have no female is allowed to have an opinion or be outspoken on any military matter because their name is not entered into the draft. Using that logic, you said that is very true. Number 2, we have anyone who is currently living cannot have a view or be outspoken about slavery because you were never a slave, therefore you can't have an opinion about it. Number 3, only addicts or people that are using drugs can have an opinion on drug laws because if you're not using drugs, you cannot have an opinion about it. Number 4, only victims of murder can oppose because if no one's ever tried to murder you, you cannot have an opinion on murder laws. Number 5, we have only people who own guns can have an opinion on gun laws because as you know, if you don't own a gun, you're not allowed to have an opinion on it using that logic right there. And coming in at the rear, we have only people who have been physically can speak out against. Obviously, if you've never been, you're not allowed to have an opinion on if this is right or wrong using that logic. Are you picking up what I'm putting down here? It's not about whether you're a male or female that gets to decide the morality of something, and men can absolutely have opinions on morality topics.
So, who would like to ruffle a few feathers today that are in very serious need of ruffling, in addition to bringing in a much-needed reality check for a great many out there? I know nothing could please me more than to do so, because I have been noticing something on social media, and I think it needs to be discussed more and certainly needs to have attention brought to it, that there are a lot of individuals, specifically a lot of women out there, who are more than pleased to tell anyone who will listen that they don't like men. They don't care about them. They don't care about the issues that they go through, the suffering that they have to deal with, and they certainly couldn't give two hoots about the status of their mental health. And well, I really hate to break this to you. No, I don't hate to break this to you. In fact, I look forward to breaking this to you. But if you don't care about the status of men's mental health, by extension, then that means you honestly don't care about the safety of women.
I will ask my man for permission before I do anything. And people will say stuff like, oh, you gotta ask him for everything? Yes. Babe, can I buy this? Can I do this? Can I do that? Can I go there? If the answer is yes, then yes. If the answer is no, it's no. And that's a big problem we have nowadays, because a lot of women don't listen to their men. And that's a respect thing. I'm not telling you to listen to a man that disrespect you and treat you like you ain't worth nothing. I'm talking about a man that values you and cares about you. And you know why we should listen to them? Because women, we're emotional creatures. So sometimes we'll take some decisions and we'll do some silly things without thinking because we just wired emotionally. So that's why it's good to have a man that cares about you, values you, and respects you. And then you ask him, what do you think about this? Should I do this? Should I do that? And the moment he says no, don't become all like, oh, why you gotta say no? Think about it. Why did he say no? Because this man cares about me, right? He values you. He's a good man. So why wouldn't you listen to his judgment? Listen to your men.
Oh yeah? Well then why do men commit suicide more often than women, huh?
I can tell that they sincerely care about this subject.
Like, I'm sorry, are you trying to flex or make a point?
See what I mean? Absolutely nothing but caring and empathy.
I can tell you why men commit suicide, but it's not gonna make you look any better. More men are mentally unstable than women.
What an interesting statement. However, I do have something for them that I don't think they're going to like.
yourself is the weakest thing you could do as a person.
Is anybody else wondering what school of psychology they went to?
Why are you bragging about that? Why do you keep bringing that up? Do you want us to feel sorry for you? Do you want us to somehow take the blame?
If there was a face to the reason why men really don't like talking about their issues, I think we found it.
You want us to say, oh no, men are themselves so much, it must be something we're doing. You're knocking on the wrong door if that's what you're expecting from me.
The sad part is this isn't even rage bait. If anyone's familiar with their other content, this is par for the course.
Go get some therapy, maybe take some medication, and try to work through your problems instead of just offing yourself when it gets too hard.
Gentlemen, I would like to offer my reassurance that not every woman out there is so warm and understanding.
Stop expecting women to take the blame for everything that you guys mess up.
Wow.
Maybe if you guys didn't spend so much time actively hating everything feminine.
It really is a truly special type of person that actively goes out of their way to try to find ways to victimize themselves.
You could learn a thing or two from women about how to process your emotions without offing yourself. But we know you're not going to do that.
If anyone wanted to see a prime example of why it's not always women that have the most empathy, we found one.
I can only date my age mates if he is highly accomplished in life. I can't date a man who is a regular Joe Schmo who is doing the same thing I'm doing. I absolutely refuse, and I don't have the mental capacity for that, because 9 times out of 10, they are going to be pulling me back, whether it's emotionally or mentally, and I don't have the time for that.
You're equal?
I've done too much work internally in order for me to be brought back. But also, let me even say, just because a man is older does not mean he is going to be better. If he is older than you but still has not accomplished a lot in life, you might as well date somebody that's younger than you. Trust me. But bottom line is I need a man that I can admire. I need a man that is above me in some type of way, who can lead me in some type of way. Financially, you must be seasoned. That's a given. But everything else, I need you to have something that I can learn from. Have something that I can be like, oh, I wish, I love this about him. Because if we're both trying to figure out, oh, life, babe, please, I don't like stress. I don't like stress. And when a man is trying to figure things out, he is not a pleasure to be around. I think we all know that as well.
But you're also trying to figure things out, because if you're both on the same level, it means that you're not as successful then, right, as the guy that you're looking for. So you're still trying to figure it out, like you're still not there. So what makes you think that a successful man is supposed to put up with your but a guy who's on your level, you can't put up with him? Like, it's like, bro, oh my God, I can't. These women, they don't really think. They want somebody who can put up with their stress, their baggage, their this, their that, all their problems, but they're not willing to do the same for somebody else. Man, I feel really bad for y'all. It's really tough out there.
You know what you notice? If you go back to the beginning, like, or let me say, when just forgot his name, Truth Hurts podcast, basically. He does like a live show, and he's just basically talking about, man, I got $10,000 worth of bills. I'll come bother you for that. He's just talking about, what women expect of men. But then, like, you scroll a little bit more and you see a couple of Lady J clips, and you see women talking completely reckless. And it doesn't really even matter if the man is, eliminating himself or whatever the situation is. Modern women talk reckless about men day in and day out. And a man is trying to figure out, how do I take care of this woman? How do I be the best man that I could be? How do I give more to my family? All the while the woman is talking reckless about it. And you're wondering why men are opting out. You're wondering why you're getting ignored. You wonder why men don't really want to be around you. is because you're a bum and you're a loser.
Honey, grow up. Go away. Bleh. I can't do it anymore. It's like gag-inducing.
We as women need to normalize men having to put down a security deposit if they want to take us on a date. Because, think about it. We have to get our hair, nails, skin, makeup, pick out a cute outfit, all that, right? We take time to get these things done. And then if somebody like bails last minute, then who's out? Us.
Frankly, this is stuff you'd be doing anyway. Because if you weren't going out with him that night, you'd be going out with your girlfriends probably, and you would be doing all that stuff anyway, because instead of going out with him, you'd be on the prowl looking for a man to pay you attention, and you'd want to do all that stuff to get his attention.
I literally just ruined a 3-year relationship, and I don't even know how to feel about it.
We need to Amazon Prime a lifetime supply of shame. Viewer discretion is advised.
So I met this man 2 months ago, okay? And I was under the impression that this man was an LPN. Now, the way that I met him was very organically. I was getting my hair done, and in the middle of me getting my hair done, I got hungry. So I went to go get food. I walked to go get food. As I'm walking to get food, there's a man sitting outside his car. We make eye contact. I continue. I go into the store. I come out the store. He starts following me. He's like, hey, you, I'm talking to you. I turn around. We exchange numbers. Boom. We link up. He still wants to take me on a date, but it's 9 o'clock at this point. It's a little too late for a date, at least where I am. Nothing's open except the casino. So we go to the casino, but nothing's open in the casino. You feel me? So ultimately, we had to just chill in the car. We had to.
Nope. You didn't have to do anything. You could have waited for him to plan a proper date, or you could have planned a proper date, which I both chose not to.
We chill in the car, whatever. We're getting to know each other. I mean, he's going to know me because I don't shut the fuck up ever about myself. Long story short, we end up doing the do.
Maybe I'm not understanding the time frame, but did you let him crack the day he met you? Or did you let some time go by? I'm not sure if she mentioned it at any point in the video. Plus, what do you mean by he was just getting to know you? Did you not make a clear attempt to get to know him as well? Would you not want to know who's about to crack you?
Before we did the do, I let him know, because I didn't want to do the do originally. I let him know that I had chlamydia at some point this year. Yeah, I'll own it. I went and got treated for it, but I never went to go get tested again. I let this man know that verbatim. He goes, no, you don't have it. Like, you took the medicine. Like, he's trying to reassure me, like, hey, you don't have chlamydia. All right, cool. I believe you. Why? Because he told me he's an LPN.
Okay, so let me get this straight. Not only are the both of you playing Russian roulette, you met some random on the side of the street that was standing by his car, and he told you he was an LPN, and you just bought the story? You just automatically assumed he was telling the truth. He didn't show you no identification. He didn't tell you what hospital he worked at. You just said, well, he said he's an LPN, so he just really must be an LPN. Then you let him crack, possibly on a one-night stand, and right before y'all get into it, you tell him, hey, by the way, I had chlamydia. I've gotten treatment for it, but I have not gone back to get retested to make sure I'm cool. And in that moment, he diagnoses you to be a healthy patient. And you bought into that story because he's a LPN, although he's never proven to be an actual LPN.
As he's getting to know my personality, he's also letting me know, like, oh, I'm such a sweet guy. Like, you need a nice guy like me, basically. Like, as he's saying all this, I'm, like, not falling for it because part of me is just like, you're a man. You only want one thing. Like, I'm not dumb, okay?
Okay, so let me get this straight. He tells you that he's a good guy and how much you deserve a good guy like him. And this is where your judgment kicks in and says, nah, don't believe that, because he's a man and he only wants one thing. But your judgment didn't kick in when he said he was an LPN. Your judgment didn't kick in when y'all was playing Russian roulette. Right before y'all played the Russian roulette. Your judgment was nowhere to be found, not present, MIA. But because he said he's a good guy, now your judgments are, nah, can't fall for that. I promise you, the situation.
So me and my husband are in a huge fight right now.
Oh, how original. Someone airing their dirty laundry on social media.
He actually left, and he said he's going to stay gone until I get my act together. So I'm going to tell you what happened, okay?
Okay.
He works like 70 hours a week, okay? And I asked him if we can go out to eat. We went out to eat yesterday, and I asked him again if we can go out to eat again. He said that this can't be something we do on a routine basis. And I'm just like, why not?
Well, I can think of multiple very good reasons why a person shouldn't make going out to eat on a regular basis a thing. But let's hear what they have to say.
Why not? When you have the money to do it, and you make all that money, why can't we do that? And he says, because we're supposed to be saving.
That's a reasonable response, and it sounds like they have their priorities where they should be.
We're supposed to save? What are we investing in? Why are we saving in the first place?
Well, there is this thing called the future, and a lot of individuals believe in putting money aside in case they need it, or, heaven forbid, saving up so they can actually retire someday.
First of all, what I'm not going to do is sit here and allow someone to tell me what my money, that's my money too, because we're married. I'm not going to allow someone to tell me what my money is going to go towards.
It definitely sounds like someone should, because at least one person in that relationship is responsible enough not to think of just the here and now.
And if he's going to keep it up, then he don't have to come back.
Right. So if they keep being responsible and forward thinking, then someone doesn't want them around. I think they'd be better off.
I don't even understand. Reality is starting to set in for a lot of them. Viewer discretion is advised.
And how it's possible that somebody who looks as good as I do is pumping my own gas. It's an evil world we live in.
The only part about that video that I can actually agree with is she's right. It is an evil world we live in. But I don't know when y'all gonna realize or understand that just because you look good don't mean you gonna get a man. Like, the men are not what they used to be. Now, in this video in particular, she could be talking about the fact that she just shouldn't have to pump her gas at all. Like, a man should see her at the gas pump and offer to pump it for her. Or she could be talking about the fact that she does not have a man to pump her gas, like while she's in a relationship. We are moving to a different beat of the drum. We are moving with a bit more pep in our step. We're not taking no from a woman just because she look good. Neither are we going out our way to display our chivalry for random women. We've tried that and it ended horribly. Y'all got on every platform, on every mountaintop, and told us how much y'all don't enjoy it. And I know for her, it's like, bro, I look this good. It's like, yeah, niggas won't give none of that right now. Like, where's that gonna get me? Where does your beauty get me? And the advice I would give any woman that thinks like this young lady here is, if you look inward, you just might find something, truly. Because inside of you is where all the solutions to your issues lie, especially when it comes to dating. Just because you look great don't mean you are great. Those days are over. Men are actually looking for substance, peace, along with beauty. If you can't come with all three, most men that got some going for themselves are not gonna settle for that. Nah, we cool. But you know what, like any other video, I know she ain't gonna listen to me. I'm just a normal guy. Y'all keep it change.
Harsh truth about women.
Just remember that broke women want men to take care of them because they can't take care of themselves. Remember that newly found religious women have just finished their hoe phase and now they want to settle down and use their manipulation through religion to control you. Insecure women want men that they can control, manipulate, and use. Broke women are always the loudest about men that can't provide because they cannot provide for themselves. Women who want nothing in a relationship lack ambition, which means she will like every single one of your dreams or ideas that you've ever had. Remember that women that want control, if you have children with them, will also control you through your children. A wounded woman is a woman looking for a father figure because she grew up either with a dad or fatherless. A woman who never respects you will always cheat on you, and there is no exception to this rule. Women that believe that men cannot bring peace, it's because they cannot bring peace themselves. So it actually makes them anxiety driven and insecure about their abilities to bring you peace. So she'll likely bring you chaos.
You know, you listen to a lot of these women and man, a lot of stuff they say, it's just gotta be rage bait. Just gotta be rage bait, man. It's just, I'm exhausted. I'm tired. It's just stupid. If the man was telling you to jump off the cliff, I could see you fighting to the very end. He's like, no, I'm never gonna do that. You're an idiot. Shut up talking to me. I can see that. But I think in one clip, I think Lady J was reacting to it. The man was just saying, we can't keep on going out to eat every day. We can't make this a habit. We got to start saving. Oh, why would we do that? Why would we save? How old are you? How old are you? I mean, my God, why would you even ask a stupid question like that? And modern women continue to tell us that they're more mature. They mature faster. They're much smarter than men. They can put things together. And we continue to see that isn't true at all. Why would you even ask? Instead of just, you might not even agree with it. Why? Yeah, you're right. You're right. I mean, I don't want to do it, but you're right. Instead of just, why didn't you just say that? And number one, number two, even if that's the way you felt, why would you get on the internet thinking what you're saying makes any kind of sense?